How to make my life more interesting, positive beliefs and meaning. Before we jump up and down with too much excitement, we need to figure out where our lives are lacking. This can be done by focusing on which parts we believe are not effective. How to make my life more interesting will examine the meaning behind the word interesting. This way you won't have to guess what is and isn't labeled the correct way. One thing I should mention is for this article to be most effective you should go back and read how to make yourself a better person. After you do that, then come back and enjoy what we are going to explore here. What does it mean to be interesting? Technically everything can be interesting, so it's very important for us to know what we can expect as a definition. Who decides what interesting refers to? Will it be something we use to learn? Will it be something we are entertained by? Will it be something that makes us think but leaves us still wondering? As I mentioned in a previous post, we decide on what something means to us. We are allowed to make up our own definitions in life so that it fits with what we believe. My hope is that you will think about what interests you, and then write down the specifics. These are bound to change all the time, so keep that in mind as well. For the purpose of this article I am going to refer to interesting as the way we view our lives. The things that will motivate us to make the changes which shape our beliefs. To do this we need to keep an open mind, believe in positivity, be willing to think about things in a way that helps us, and then decide where to go next with all of this. What is going to help us the most? You will need to do a few things right now to shape this exercise. Take a look at the most persistent or troubling area of your life. When you have found it, make a spot in your journal to dig down about why it's the biggest. Ask yourself how it impacts your life the most and where you think you should look for help. Go ahead and decide on how bad it really is for you. On a 100-point scale, would it be 100 or 50, and why? How and why does it eat at you? When did it start? Do you think it would be possible to change? After answering those questions, look back for anything that would uphold it based on experiences or reasons. Identify any parts that may prevent you from working on changing it. Dig down really deep and think hard. Imagine what life would be like without this holding you back. Imagine how you can escape from this fear. Discover any ways that this doesn't hold up. What reasons or experiences does this not make sense to keep it? Write out all the ways possible that this is something that shouldn't be a part of who you are. Every opposite reason or experience you find will make it possible to replace that core belief into something that will truly help your life become better. This will become your new belief that should be practiced daily. Brainstorm how wonderful your life will become now. What transformations take place? How will this benefit you, and write this all down so you have it to guide you. What would be the consequences if you choose not to change your useless belief? Develop how you will continue to work on making this new belief a part of you. A plan of action that will become a ritual or habit. Journal about it daily, state what improvements you are experiencing, affirmations you create based on this belief, and so on. What will your life mean as you plan ahead? Hopefully once you have worked on your old beliefs you will realize how powerful it is to adapt to a new way of thinking. We are amazing people who can become whatever we desire, and that it only takes practice to start to achieve our strongest desires. The assumption that you are born shy and have to stay that way is completely false, because it's a matter of the choices we are allowing to influence the actions we take. From the very beginning you need to realize that nothing is truly as it seems, because there isn't an entire system of facts that can even support what happens to any of us. Blindly following the opinions of other people who are no more qualified than you or I to decide these things. I really find it helpful to watch YouTube videos specifically where people make the most hilarious mistakes. I challenge you to find reasons why after watching those types of videos that fear would play any part of your life, leading to thoughts or worries where you need to be afraid. People watching is both fun and helpful. There really is a science involved with using our minds. We shape the best beliefs by gaining an understanding about the value they bring us. When it's something that doesn't benefit ourselves or others, we get rid of it. By doing this we are able to learn more about ourselves and what our purpose is. Watching other people and how they behave gives us ideas to try. We also learn about mistakes that are made and how to see those types of things coming in our own lives. That way we can avoid doing the same things and even do other things better than we see. But when I see people who aren't even from the same mind as myself, I notice that I have to be careful and not place any judgments. I don't want to find myself back to another limiting belief where I feel superior for any reasons. Finding just enough positive reasons to disprove the thoughts that used to go on and on in my head. These changed my life and I become more and more interested in other things. I want to continue to learn and understand why I felt so limited before. Anyway, that is a few of my thoughts about watching people and how it can be helpful at times to do. What lessons can we take from all of this? The hardest part of us figuring out exactly where we fit into this massive world, starts with what we choose as our beliefs. When we can challenge the outdated and limiting ones, it helps open us up to more useful beliefs. With a mindset on looking only for positive results, we gain so much more power and knowledge because we have found the truth behind the fog we once held onto. There will be challenges with replacing our old beliefs, so we must be willing to work very hard at this. Once we can prove to ourselves by doing this over and over, we will see results. From there it's just a matter of hitting repeat and working on the next ones. By doing things one at a time, we allow ourselves the energy to focus. It is with this focus that I can learn how to make my life more interesting. I will change from the person that was holding itself back and become that mighty vision of myself I know I can become.